Okay, I don't know what business you guys are doing.
What do you want here?
Open.
Or I'll call a guard.
We're not allowed in there. Apparently not. Okay, so we need to speak to someone. Where are they? Oh man, our stamina is way low. Blacking out, apparently. Jeez, where am I? Long distance arrow. Oh, steal. I don't think we need to steal anything just yet. Use ladder. Yeah, I don't think we need to steal anything just yet. So these can all be lockpicked. If only I had a damn lockpicker. Oh.
Must
Eat.
eat.
So, yeah. Rob. Nothing. Okay, we have gone completely the wrong way, it seems. But we need bed and... Where the hell are we going, dude? Oh. Okay, there's a bed here. Let's maybe go to the bed if we can. In a private area.
What was that?
Can we sleep now? Sleep. Okay, we can't sleep yet. So let's go to that banner, that E. Oh, there he is. Just hanging out.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
That sounds good.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Tiny Tyson, what's going on, buddy?
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents,
Ooh.
but I'm sure he had his reasons.
Blacking out
He had
there.
a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
It is. And give me some food, please. That'd be great.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, just lost both the parents. Rough.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Good night.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
It's fine, just fine. Okay, eat. Okay, I don't think we've actually eaten it yet. Inventory, food. This one. Eat. Health 100. What's wrong with our stamina though? Why's our stamina so low? Is it nourishment? Probably. I wonder what gives us more nourishment. I wonder if that's what these like 2 and 1s are. Eat an apple, see if the nourishment goes up. 11. I think we're blacking out from the lack of sleep actually. So we can probably sleep to get that up. That makes sense. But I will take all this cheese and bread and stuff as well. Everything that's not nailed down, I say. Okay, that's probably enough. Let's go and go to that room again. And sleep this time. How long we want to sleep for? All night, dude. So let's say until like... I want to go any further than that. You can't sleep any longer. Okay. Whatever.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
How you doing though, Tiny Titan, if you're still there, my friend? Yes? Couldn't have got changed out of those muddy, other bloody clothes.
I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Is it though?
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
Good camera angle.
But
Like it.
Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
You want some
I
speech?
saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Making some food. Nice. What are you making?
I saw Deutsch trying to defend himself. The man who'd mocked King Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. He slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I ran to the castle like
So I think this is upping our skills.
Didn't make it. I
With
had to find
certain
another way to
stats.
save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Maybe some more strength.
I ran as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did. The Lord be praised.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzik's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror
Cool, my speech went up a level.
for the rest of my life.
Epic.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years. But it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years,
Jeez.
you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true.
Would it were
What
true?
wasn't I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Okay. Yeah, these cutscenes are long, but they're very detailed, which is cool. Very detailed.